You want to do the honors?
No, you go ahead. I need to take it in from here.
I was hoping you'd say that, okay? Oh, that's my brother, Ryle.
The first official customer?
Well, you'd have to buy something to be considered a customer. Right now, you're just loitering.
The legal battle between It Ends With Us co-stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is what's trending this morning. The actors filing dueling lawsuits. Blake Lively's federal suit mirrors a complaint she filed in California last month and was noted in a viral New York Times report. She alleges that Baldoni engaged in inappropriate sexual conduct in and out of the workplace and that he orchestrated a smear campaign against her. Her federal suit was filed just hours after Baldoni filed a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times for that article, challenging the Times reporting on Lively's allegations, claiming that they cherry-picked conversations in an effort to mislead the public. Now, in Lively's lawsuit, it states in part, quote, throughout filming, Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath, the producer, invaded Ms. Lively's privacy by entering her makeup trailer uninvited while she was undressed, including when she was breastfeeding her infant child. But in Baldoni's lawsuit, it states, quote, what Lively in the article failed to mention is that Lively invited Baldoni into her trailer while she was pumping in order to, quote, work out their lines. And it also includes the text message exchange of the actual conversation between the two supporting that. So this morning, we're asking, whose story is more believable? Let's bring in our power panel. Still with me, former SLED agent and solicitor. Now he's in the private sector, attorney Tommy Pope, and retired criminal defense attorney Kirk Nurmi. And want to welcome in now entertainment journalist Shishi Yang. Good morning to you all. Shishi, you know I want to start with you out in Hollywood. What do you think about this? Who is more believable here and why, please?
Julie, what a mess. You know, I've been an entertainment journalist for almost 2 decades, and I have never seen a feud that is more polarizing. I think it's because this drama really touches upon all the topics that Hollywood is currently reckoning with. Are we talking about gender equality? Are we talking about the power struggle, some of the most powerful alliances? What are we talking about here? So I think Hollywood is feeling very divided on the issue. There are a lot of people supporting Blake, saying that, you know, accusing Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment. And then there are some on Justin's side saying, wait a minute, did you see his 90-page document coming in hot with all the receipts, basically accusing Blake's team of doctoring some of the text, not showing the full picture, cherry picking them to use some portions to fit their narrative. One thing is definitely sure to me, it's very evident that this is not just a Blake versus Justin drama. It's more about their powerful connections, their individual alliances. Let's take a look at Team Blake, right? She's got her husband, Ryan Reynolds, her agency, William Morris, and her best friend, Taylor Swift, all pushing her. And then we've got Team Justin, connected to Wayfair Studios, his production company, which is also connected to Scooter Braun, Taylor Swift's arch nemesis, and also making her directorial debut for Wayfair Studios is Scarlett Johansson, Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife. So there are a lot of elements at play here, and I think people are just feeling really divided in general.
Wow, Shishi, I love all of that. The division runs deep, but as you're explaining to us, thank you. Tommy Pope, let me go to you next as you do some civil work in the private sector in addition to criminal work. And so tell me what you think now that we've got these dueling suits going on. Which one strikes you as more believable?
I think that the second suit, you know, the New York Times suit is probably either a tactic which can serve a purpose to try to generate the narrative. You know, last session, Kurt was talking about the politics or the public sentiment on these cases. I think, you know, by ethically filing a document, they can get what they want out there. She was talking about receipts and text and all that. So I think they're trying to kind of balance the scales. You know, I'm a fan of the scales in the courtroom, but I think they're trying to balance that battle outside the courtroom. And, you know, so it's lawyer work underlying the political and the teams and all the things that she said.
Jamey, thank you for that. Last but not least on this point, Kirk Nermi wants you to weigh in. Who do you find more believable and why, please?
Look, I think assertions are easy to make in these type of filings, right? They go to an attorney, it's written in an advocacy sort of way, it's not written in an objective way. The person that is going to have the objective evidence, and I'd love to see the depositions behind this, etc., but we see in Mr. Baldoni's suit against the New York Times, he's really going after a monolith here, but he's coming with evidence. And that's really what's going to sway this case is the evidence. I mean, we go back to Depp v. Heard, right, Julie? There were all these accusations being made, but the evidence when we got into the courtroom and the depositions, all that supported Mr. Depp. So there is going to have to be some objective realities for Miss Lively's suit to go anywhere. And Mr. Baldoni going against the New York Times, and I'm sure he'll go after Miss Lively eventually, is really taking a different tactic. He's really saying this is false, and the New York Times knew it was false. That's pretty powerful statement on his part.
Yeah, it really is. A great analysis from you all on that point. And then let's talk about that old expression, what all publicity is good publicity. So while this is all happening, It Ends With Us exceeded box office expectations with a $50 million debut. And so we're asking, does this drama make you more interested in the film or less interested? Xi Yang, I want to go back to you. What do you think? Are the lawsuits pumping up the interest in the film?
Oh, absolutely, Julie. You brought up such a great point. You know, all publicity is great publicity. Even bad press is good press. I think every time this drama is in the headline, the legal battle, the he said, she said, people are constantly reminded of the film. And it's pretty apparent that this is going to end with us in court, right?
I love it. Yeah, I know. Kirk Nermi, you know, speaking of, do you think there's going to be any quick resolution to this ending, or you think it's going to keep snowballing?
I don't know. It's interesting because image is going to be so important here, right? There's going to have to be an off-ramp for both these people to preserve their image if they're going to settle this out of court. Otherwise, we're back in, again, a Depp v. Heard situation. But again, we talk about publicity. What was watched more? I mean, is this movie, but Depp v. Heard captivated the nation and the world. So there's going to be publicity in that as well. So it's going to depend on where people think their image can best be saved, and this can be resolved in a way where they both can have careers moving forward. That's going to be really the issue.
Right. Tommy Pope, will you take us home? Your thoughts on the lawsuits, given the movie maybe a box office boost?
I tell you, it's like these guys said. I mean, the longer the lawsuit lasts, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because the more the movie makes, I assume the more the actors get paid. The more they get paid, the more they can pay their attorneys. So I'm sure the attorneys are appreciative that it draws out as long as it can.
That's right. Tommy Pope, thank you so much. It was such great analysis from you all. We'll leave it here for now, but I have a feeling we're going to keep talking about this one.